Last time we had learned what the partitive articles are and when and how you use them. Now in this session we're going to learn how do you negate a sentence with a partitive article. Okay, if you have a sentence which includes a partitive article in it, how do you make a negative of that sentence? Okay, we've already studied simple negation. That means you want to add the word not in English into the sentence. A simple negation when you have a definite article and you have an indefinite article. Okay, so let's revise those rules. Okay, you have to find the verb in the sentence. First step is to find the verb. Okay, once you have done that, what you have to do, the second thing is you have to introduce na before the verb and you have to introduce pa after the verb. Okay, so you're basically making a sandwich with the verb in between. Na is the top bread, pa is the bottom bread. Okay, so your sentence will look something like this: na, then you have verb, and then you have pa. Okay, in order to do this, you need to find the verb first. Now, if your verb starts with a vowel, okay, that n has to become n apostrophe. You know this already. Now, what do you do for the different types of articles? When you have a definite article, this is the first scenario, okay? You can either have definite, indefinite, or partitive, or you can have no article also. So if you have a definite article, that is lula, le, l apostrophe, and le, you don't do anything to it. It remains as it is. Okay, a definite article continues to remain the same in the negative sentence as well. Now, if you have an indefinite article, which would be the second scenario, you cannot have an indefinite article in the negative sentence. You know this. So, a, un, and de, which are the indefinites, have to convert into de in the negative sentence. Now, similarly, if you have something like des arbres, okay, some trees, and you have to make this part negative, you cannot have de, right? So it has to become de, and then this remains as it is, arbre. Now, can you see that there is a clash happening here because a is a vowel, right? So whenever you have the noun starting with a vowel, that de has to become d apostrophe. This should happen automatically by now. Okay, that j becomes j apostrophe, m becomes m apostrophe, n becomes n apostrophe, and d becomes d apostrophe before a vowel. Okay, so these were the rules which we've done prior. Okay, when you have a definite article, how to negate it, indefinite article, how you negate it. Now, the new part of it is the partitive article. How do you negate with a partitive article? Which are partitive articles? Du, de la, du, l apostrophe, and de. How do you negate it? You follow the same rule about the verb. Find the verb, put na before and pa after. And what do you do with the partitive article? Just like an indefinite article converts into de, the partitive article also converts into de in a negative sentence. So just like you cannot have an indefinite article in a negative sentence, similarly, you cannot have a partitive article in a negative sentence. Indefinite articles and partitive articles become de in a negative sentence. Before a vowel, it has to become d apostrophe. So this is the basic rule that you need to know. Let's look at a couple of examples to solidify your understanding of the concept. So let's consider this sentence. POS as in it's a positive sentence, the affirmative sentence. Sanya mange du pain. Sanya eats bread or Sanya eats some bread. Okay. Now, your first step is to identify the verb. Find the verb in the sentence. So Sanya is the subject here or the person, whatever you want to call it. Mange, eats, to eat. So this becomes the verb. Then you have du pain, which is the object, right? The action, the bread is receiving the action of being eaten. So the verb in the sentence is mange. After finding the verb, what do? You have to make a sandwich of it. Put na before and put pa after. So once you do that, you will get something like Sanya ne mange pas. You have the verb, put na before, put pa after. Okay, you will get Sanya ne mange pas. Now, you have to consider the third step, which is the article. Okay, look at what kind of article you have in the sentence. First, find the article. What kind of article is it? It is a partitive article. Okay, G is the partitive article, and you cannot have a partitive in the negative, right? So that G has to convert into DE. So, from G becomes DE. Okay, so your final answer is Sanya ne mange pas du pain. The positive bit is Sanya mange du pain, and the negative is Sanya ne mange pas. Du has to become du pain. Okay, so Sanya eats bread, Sanya doesn't eat any bread. Okay, this is how it works. Another example, vous aimez de la glace. You like ice cream. Okay, so the first step is to find the verb in the sentence, identify the verb. Vous here is the subject for you, aimer is to like, so this becomes the verb, and this entire thing becomes the object. So find the verb here is aimer, you will put ne before and pas after. Now, ne or n apostrophe. It is n apostrophe because the verb is starting with a vowel. So you can't put any. Okay, be careful. You'll have to put n apostrophe. So it will become vous n'aimez pas de la glace. Okay, so ne before, pas after, the minor modification of the apostrophe before the because the verb is starting with a vowel. Next, tackle the article. What kind of article is it? It is a partitive article. Okay. So just like in the previous one, du becomes de. So also all the other partitive articles also. That is de la, the L apostrophe, and they all become de. Okay, so de la converts into de, and your final answer would be vous n'aimez pas, ne pas. Vous n'aimez pas, and de la becomes de. Vous n'aimez pas de glace. If this was something that started with a vowel, then it would have to be the apostrophe. Okay. So that winds up our concept of partitive articles across these two videos. In the first, I've introduced you what the partitive article is, and second, I've talked to you about how you negate with the partitive article. Thank you and take care.